Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. The Morane-Saulnier M.S.406 was the most numerous French fighter at the outbreak of World War II. It was designed in response to a 1934 specification calling for a fighter capable of reaching 400 km per hour or 250 miles per hour in level flight. The first prototype, designated M.S.405, took to the skies for the first time in August 1935. At the time, it was an advanced and promising design, featuring a low-wing configuration, retractable landing gear, and an enclosed cockpit. It was powered by a liquid-cooled Hispano-Suiza engine producing 860 horsepower. Despite being easy to fly and highly maneuverable, the aircraft had its share of drawbacks. Engine cooling issues and the additional drag caused by its semi-retractable radiator were problematic. Furthermore, its wing-mounted machine guns lacked heating, causing them to freeze at altitudes above 4,000 meters or 13,000 feet. The absence of self-stealing fuel tanks or armor, common in the mid-1930s, would eventually prove to be a major weakness, along with the aircraft's vulnerable electrical and hydraulic systems. Due to various factors, mostly political, production was delayed for several years. The improved MS-406 first flew in May 1938. With another war against Germany looming, the French Air Force realized it was falling behind in fighter aircraft development. As a result, a rapid order for 1,082 MS-406s was placed. By the time France declared war on Germany in September 1939, 347 MS-406s had been delivered to frontline units, equipping 10 fighter groups, coupe de chasse. This early phase of World War II, between Germany's invasion of Poland and the attack on France and the Low Countries, is known in English as the Phony War, and in French as drôle de guerre. While there was little ground combat, aerial skirmishes were frequent. The first aerial battle involving the French Air Force and the Luftwaffe did not include the MS-406, but rather its American-supplied counterpart, the Curtiss H-75 Hawk. We have covered that battle in detail on our channel, be sure to check it out if you missed it. However, just 13 days later, on September 21, 1939, the domestically produced MS-406 finally had its chance to prove itself. Like many air engagements of the period, the battle with the German Bf-109s stemmed from a reconnaissance escort mission. 9 MS-406s from Coupe de Chasse 1-3 were assigned to protect a single Potez 390 reconnaissance aircraft over the Wiesbaden area. The French plane was intercepted by Bf-109Es from Jagdgeschwader 53. While the MS-406 was comparable to early versions of the Messerschmitt, the latest Bf-109E outclassed it in almost every aspect. The German fighter was nearly 90 km per hour faster in level flight and had superior climbing and diving capabilities. It also packed a more powerful punch with two 20mm cannons and two rifle-caliber machine guns, compared to the MS-406's single 20mm cannon and two machine guns. The only advantage left to the French fighter was its superior horizontal maneuverability. It was September 21, 1939. The French formation, 9 MS-406s, was escorting a single reconnaissance aircraft into German airspace. The sky was full of clouds, but 5 Bf-109s from 1st Gruppe of Jagdgeschwader 53 still managed to spot the lone French aircraft. Among the German pilots was Hauptmann Dr. Erich Mix. Born in 1898, Mix had served in World War I, first as an infantryman, then as a fighter pilot, achieving 3 aerial victories. After the war, he studied law and became the mayor of Wiesbaden in 1937. Remarkably, he continued to hold this position alongside his Luftwaffe career, serving as mayor until 1945, and again from 1954 to 1960. 4 German fighters opened fire on the French Parasol wing reconnaissance aircraft, but failed to bring it down. Despite the observer being wounded, the pilot managed to escape and land near a French anti-aircraft position, leaving the Germans empty-handed. Then a call crackled over the radio. "Fighters!" Erich Mix pulled to the right and spotted an M.S.406 firing at one of his fellow Messerschmitts. The French fighter was climbing steeply but had to turn, bringing it directly in front of Mix's sights. He fired. Black smoke poured from the Morane. Another burst sent it diving into a wooded area. The French pilot, Sub-Lieutenant Pierre Bézet, managed to bail out, but his parachute caught fire and he was killed when he fell into a river. He became the first MS-406 pilot to die in combat. The Morane-Saulnier fighter had its chance for revenge 3 days later, on September 24. The details of this engagement are less clear, with sources differing on specifics. A flight of 4 MS-406s encountered 6 Bf-109s near Saarbrücken. Fortunately for the French, these were older Bf-109D models from Jagdgruppe 152, a unit technically classified as a Zerstörergruppe, originally intended to receive Bf-110s. However, by September 1939, they were still operating somewhat outdated Bf-109Ds. During the battle, Sergeant Jean Garnier was wounded in the initial attack and managed to disengage, landing at an auxiliary airfield in Oetting. However, he was followed by a Messerschmitt, which strafed his aircraft after landing, killing him. Some sources suggest the attacking German pilot might have been Oberleutnant Schnorr. The French formation leader, Captain Roger Gerard, claimed the Messerschmitt kill, but was soon shot down himself. He successfully bailed out. An interesting detail, Gerard's family owned a foundry, and he had requested 5mm steel plates to be fitted behind the seats of his unit's fighters. He was reportedly hit in the back during this battle, and the plate might have saved his life. Like Mix, Gerard was born in 1898 and had also served as a fighter pilot in World War I, credited with one probable victory in 1918. Another French pilot, Adjutant-Chef Antonin Combet, managed to score a victory, but his aircraft sustained heavy damage. His ground crew counted 28 bullet holes when he returned to base. Both German pilots who were shot down bailed out over French territory and were captured. This was still in many ways a gentleman's war. Captain Gerard even invited the captured German pilots to dinner. One of them was Lieutenant Kurt Rosenkranz, who claimed at least one victory in this battle, though it remains unclear who his victim was. The identity of the second German pilot is also unclear, but some believe it might have been Hartmann Gasser, a future ace with 103 victories to his name. After its initial defeat, the MS-406 achieved a draw in its second combat engagement. French pilot morale remained high at this stage. By the end of the phony war, MS-406 pilots had claimed 27 German aircraft destroyed, with 25 officially confirmed. In return, they lost 18 MS-406s, with 6 pilots killed, 1 captured, and 6 wounded. However, when Germany launched its full-scale invasion of France on May 10, 1940, the statistics shifted heavily against the French fighter, but that's a story for another time. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more on Showtime 112.